weather today. I can see the lightning, but it's what I can't see. Makes me know.
How you doing, people? Hope you're well. Okay, I've got a tough one today. Gonna do 20 minutes Navy SEALs, 5 minutes rest, another 5 minutes SEALs, 5 minutes rest, another 5 minutes SEALs, 5 minutes rest, and then 1 round of my plyometrics. So that's a minute's lunge jumps, minutes rest, minutes squat jumps, minutes rest, minutes heels to backside burpees, minutes rest, and a minute star jumps. This way I'm getting the full upper body blast and cardio, and then I'm getting the plyometric legs, probably more intense cardio and bone density. Okay, let's get it done.
Okay, so the first thing I wanted to mention was about my free download. It's a PDF full of lots of over 40, over 50 fitness tips, hacks, body maintenance tips, best methodologies to train. Might be geared to building muscle mass, might be geared to simply a sort of a longevity point of view. How your training might change as you get older. Based on my own experience, 40 years of playing squash, training myself, monster high intensity training sessions that I've done in my youth and over the years, and of course the latest research, just to keep on top of all the latest information really. So yeah, that's a link in the description, definitely worth a look. Okay, yeah, so this session was the 20 minutes Navy SEAL burpees, 5 minutes rest, another 5 minutes at the high intensity. That's why I give myself 5 minutes rest. Then 5 more minutes rest, then another 5 minutes at a higher intensity, 5 more minutes rest, and then the 4 sets of 1 minute on, 1 minute off of the plyometric legs really. Now that is a tough sort of standard session. Sometimes I might just do 20 minutes burpees and then the plyometrics, which is in itself a good old session. So today was probably a little bit above average, but one that I've done many times before. But I think the difference today was the heat. And when you're training in the heat, it becomes a different ball game. Sometimes you think you're hydrated and you're not quite as hydrated as you thought you were. My test for hydration was always going to the loo beforehand, and if your urine is transparent, then you're pretty much hydrated. But if it's a bit graphic to be honest, but if it's concentrated yellow, then you know you've got to drink more water, or possibly even worse if you just don't want to go at all. So I know when I was playing professional squash back in the day, you would be drinking, and sometimes you would go to the loo for a pee and then 10 minutes later want to go again. So it is a balance, but of course being hydrated plays a massive role in your physical performance. Obviously if your blood is more viscous like, because it's thicker, because you're not hydrated enough, then that's more pressure on your heart, because it takes more force to pump a more viscous liquid around your body than it would a very dilute liquid. It's just the mechanics of the situation. And when it's hot, it is quite difficult to know if you are fully hydrated. And even though I was on a squash court here, the humidity was quite high today. But I think the takeaway for me today was the fact that I pushed extra hard to get the numbers that would be quite good on a standard day, but I had to take more out of myself in order to get those not bad numbers because of the heat. And this comes down to another factor of how good someone is, how well trained someone is at your ability to push yourself. And it's not always the ability to push yourself in terms of a long grind, just to keep going at a sort of steady, little bit of a ploddy pace, but you just keep going in a long grind. That's a different sort of pushing yourself to one where there's a high intensity. If there's a high intensity, then there's a greater degree of discomfort. And that ability to push yourself is a learned skill like anything else. To be able to turn up at a training session and consistently give yourself a 9 out of 10 effort is a learned skill. But even though generally I'm not too bad at pushing myself fairly hard, I think if I'd have done a standard amount today, my numbers would have been a lot less. So I had the numbers in my mind, and that can include numbers of how many lunge jumps I do in a minute for the plyometrics section, how many burpees, how many jumping burpees I do per minute. So you're trying to maintain those numbers whilst under the disadvantage of the heat and the humidity. So obviously it's bringing up the other point of, you've got to be careful when you're training in the heat. And this session sort of sneaked up on me. I didn't really think I would suffer as much as I did. This is, by the way, just an edited version of this workout. The full workout is on my other channel, Duncan Walsh Over 40 Fitness. I think as well in my next chat, I think I might have a little discussion about the importance of these jumping burpees as well, because there's obviously a great community of people out there that do the military style burpees, and they are fantastic exercises. But I do think that in an ideal scenario, you would mix them up with some extent of jumping burpees as well, to sort of introduce that plyometric element, because that is something that is missing from the military style burpees. And saying something like that might not go down too well with some of the practitioners of military style burpees, but as you get older, maintaining good bone density is very important. And even though any weight bearing exercise does do that, it's further improved by plyometrics. The cardio effect as well is really accelerated once you start to introduce jumping burpees. And it doesn't mean to say that you can't do the military style. I do them as well. Like I say, they are fantastic exercises, but there's no need to restrict yourself just to those. I do think it's sensible to every so often just introduce some jumping burpees or some sort of plyometrics, because they have massive benefits as well, and there's no reason to miss out on that and the benefits that they provide. Okay, anyway, I'll leave you to the rest of this. Thanks for watching. Quite enjoying my email communication with a lot of the people I'm training via these workout plans, the $1 Billion Syndrome workout plans that I have. Check out my website, billiondollarsyndrome.com, or there's a link in the description to, I do have some in the members area, and you can either just have access to the workout plans or combine it with email coaching with myself. Keep training hard. See you in the next one.